As creators, we pour our hearts and our souls into our craft, but it's equally important to take care of ourselves along the way. So in this video, we're going to explore why well-being is essential for music producers and creators, and the obstacles we might face and solid solutions to overcome them. So let's start with the demands of building our brand and business. It's like a pressure cooker. As producers, we wear many different hats. We're creating beats, we're creating melodies, we're marketing our music, trying to do branding, we're trying to build our business to the point where it almost feels like we're spinning plates. This can easily and so quickly become overwhelming. So some of the obstacles that we face: burnout, working long hours, taking short breaks, sometimes not even taking a break, no days off, which will eventually drain our creativity and passion for creating. Isolation, spending hours in the studio on your own. I'm in the studio a lot of the time on my own, creating. I was on a podcast the other day and was talking about how the pandemic affected producers, or how it affected me. And I spoke about a meme that I saw on Instagram where it said isolation being something that producers can finally put a name to it, because that's what it felt. That's what it feels like sometimes. You're just here and in isolation. And if you're not careful, you can start to feel a bit lonely. For me, I start to develop a little bit of anxiety. I haven't spoke to anyone apart from my wife about feeling a little bit anxious. Start to feel a bit anxious when I start to go out, and it's something that I've been able to deal with because how my mind works. I can tell myself there's no reason to be anxious, and I just found a technique for me to feel less anxious, and it's helped a lot. Money worries, something that we can all relate to. Building your business can be uncertain. Another thing that we spoke about in the podcast: how do I deal with dry months, dry weeks? What you have to do is, when you do make some good money, you don't go splashing and buying new trainers and all the takeouts. Like that can wait. Just put some money aside so you know that if you do have a couple of dry weeks, that you got some money to fall back on. So solutions for well-being and staying on top so you don't get swallowed up with burnout, financial stress, isolation. I gave you a few little tips and pointers, but let's talk about how we can prioritize our well-being. You can do this by setting boundaries. Establish clear boundaries from your work and your personal life. I saw in a video where this creator, they have their phone, which is what I do now, two different screensavers. So one would be like your do not disturb work hours, so 8 till 6, because we work, that's the hours some of us work. And then when it comes to personal time, family time, switch your screen to personal, which you could do the other way around really, because when it's personal, you're going to be bothered with notifications from people wanting to get in contact with you. But for me, what I do is do not disturb during those hours of work. Personal life, personal screensaver can allow for notifications and DMs and whatnot from people. Just about finding a balance. So the other thing is talk to someone. If you're struggling, if you're going through stuff, if you feel down and depressed, do not be afraid to talk. It's okay to not be okay. This is another thing that we spoke about in the podcast the other day, how having a support network is key to progressing, key to staying on top of your day-to-day struggles. Find someone you can talk to. It can be your partner, wife, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever it is, friend, brother, sister, I don't know, just someone you can talk to that you trust talking to, because talking helps. It really does help. And like I said earlier about the financial stress and money worries and going through dry periods of business, create a budget and savings plan. That way you know what you're spending and you know what you're saving. So when the time comes for your dry periods, you're not struggling. You're not stressed out thinking, where's your money going to come from? And like, when you're making a certain amount of money, you feel different. And when you're not, you feel different. So that 5, 10k a month you is different to the 100, 200 pound you. And it's going to come across in when you're talking to clients, when you're trying to do brand deals, when you're putting yourself out there, it's going to come out in you. Because I guarantee you feel different. That's my take on well-being and just staying on top. It's important. And I want you to stay on top. If you are feeling low and you're watching this, feel free to DM me and we talk. I hope you've enjoyed this video and I appreciate your time. See you in the next one.